I think in the first episode, she moves into an apartment and they call it a chambre de bonne. It's clearly not. It's quite big. I mean, I've never seen a chambre de bonne with a queen-size bed or a king-size bed. So I currently live in Paris and I make videos about life as an American or as a foreigner in this country. So I come from New York and coming to Paris was always a dream of mine. I think I've been here for about 6-7 years. I think there's a lot of American influences all over, and so I never felt as though I was truly far away from home. That being said, France has such a beautiful and rich culture, and I've learned so much over the past few years of being here, and I experience culture shock every day. It comes in waves, it comes in little moments here and there. I remember I learned that I was cutting cheese inappropriately for about 5-6 years. I didn't go to the app thinking, oh, I'm going to talk about my experience as an American in Paris. Not at all. I was, at home for a month in New York, and I wanted something fun to do. And I was like, oh, let me just talk about France. For a couple years, a lot of my friends have been telling me, oh, perhaps Fatima, you should document your experiences in France, in Paris, and what it's like to live there, particularly, as a woman of color, as a person coming from New York, et cetera, et cetera. And so I always kind of kept that in the back of my head. I never thought I was really going to do it. But when I decided to start my TikTok, start my YouTube page, even do this podcast that I'm doing, I really wanted to show that there's another side to being in France, being in Paris, and it's not always gilded. It's not always fun and games. Sometimes it can be difficult, sometimes it can be challenging. And I also wanted to show some of the things that you don't talk about, right? Like in the US, when we think of French food, or food in France, I shall say, we think of escargot and croissants and café au lait. Coming to France, I was so fascinated by the kebab culture here, and that of Europe, to be honest. And so for me, I was really excited to try my first kebab. I had no idea they existed here in this quantity, in this, manner. And then, I tried all the different sauces, and I discovered that I'm a big fan of sauce Algérienne, and there's so many things here that you don't necessarily see when you live miles away or kilometers away. Is it a good representation of what it's like to be an American in Paris? I don't know. I can't really speak on that. I honestly think that there are some Americans that come to France, that come to Paris, and they live that lifestyle. They live that way of life. And I find it so fascinating. That's surely not me. That was not my experience. When I came, it wasn't that easy to just plot my stuff and move into my chambre de bonne that looks like it was 50 mètres carrés or something. I think in the first episode, she moves into an apartment and they call it a chambre de bonne. It's clearly not. It's quite big. I mean, I've never seen a chambre de bonne with a queen-size bed or a king-size bed. It's interesting how the show has really changed the narrative of what it's like to be a foreigner in France, what it's like to be an American in France or an American in Paris. Oh, definitely. Oh, I will be. Not only will I be watching the 3rd season, I will be live reacting to the 3rd season. Oh, I will watch it all. I think the show is not searching for accuracy, and I think that's what makes it so fun, right? They're taking bits and pieces of what it's like to be in France for a foreigner.